Hi Scorpio, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your September 2021 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic Coral spread as always, and I'll also put an Oracle card and a Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as that goes. So we'll get started. Alright, so we have 11, so that's your 11th house of friendships, groups, hopes and wishes, and that's actually Virgo for you guys, so it makes sense, as we move through September, we'll be in Virgo season. We also have Taurus, which is your opposite sign of partnerships, contracts, relationships. And we have Neptune, so that's actually in your 5th house, Pisces, and it's retrograde. So we'll keep those in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Sun and the Page of Pentacles. So this could just be pointing to residual energy from Leo season. Of course, at the time of recording this, we're still in Leo season, but it could just be pointing to that, saying that, you might have been in the spotlight in some way around your career and social status. And with that, maybe there's the potential for a promotion or just general increase in the amount of money you're seeing. So for example, if you guys work for yourselves, you just might be getting more exposure around what your work is. See if anything else comes to mind with this. And it could just be also saying that you'll get that recognition and maybe receive word that there will be more things coming your way. You just might not have it quite in your hands just yet, right? Because it always stands out to me with this page in particular that Pentacles kind of sort of in his hands, but not quite. So you just might receive word that there's going to be more abundance coming your way, but it just might take a bit until you actually physically have it in your possession. All right, in the challenge or obstacle position, we have the 5 of Swords. I feel like this has come up for you guys quite a bit in your recent readings, but obviously this would be a challenge or obstacle in general, this energy. This is Aquarius energy here. Now what this can point to, and I think I might have felt the similar vibe from your reading for last month, but this makes me think of the fact that that first full moon we had in Aquarius was actually in the first 10 degrees, which is what this card represents. And there's going to be a second full moon coming up right toward the end of Leo season. It hasn't happened yet at the time of recording this, but could just be saying anything that went wrong around that time might be rectified when we get that second Aquarius full moon. So that could be anything, around your home and family environment, friendships. It could even point to work. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. If this is something that still is yet to come your way, to me, with this showing up in the challenge position, I feel like this is saying primarily the goal would be to just avoid it if possible, right? Because obviously you guys have some positive things coming your way, and this would just kind of take away from that. All right, in the foundation position, we have the 8 of Swords. So this is Gemini energy here. And for you guys, that is your 8th house. So that's the house you guys naturally rule. But here, looks like you might have been reluctant to move in the past. For some of you, this could just be saying that you might not be aware of whatever this situation is too. So be on the lookout for that. So, just be mindful of your environment. Like I said, try to avoid engaging in that dynamic if you can, but also just keep your eyes out for potential, people. It could just be as simple as people talking behind your back when you're getting the success that it looks like you guys will be getting this month, so might not even be anything that reaches your ears, but just be mindful of if you are experiencing some successes this month, which it looks like that would be the case. Maybe not everyone would be happy for you, unfortunately. But yeah, this could just say that in the past you might have been reluctant to move forward on something, but with this in the foundation position, looks like you will be moving out of that. So this could be an energy you guys were in more so in the past, even though it's not technically in the past position. All right, speaking of the past, we have the 4 of Cups, Cancer energy, 10 of Cups, Pisces energy, and 3 of Swords, Libra energy. So I could see this playing out a couple of different ways. It could just be saying that you might have been turning down offers you might have been receiving. Now, can be love offers, of course, but it could just be around creativity as well. So it looks like there's a reluctance to accept offers, possibly because you had this grand vision for what you wanted for yourself, right? And then with the 3 of Swords, it could just be pointing to the disappointment that might have come when that type of offer didn't come along. Let me see what else comes to mind with this. another interesting way I could see this playing out too could just be saying that you might have been looking for a bit too much meaning into situations, right? Because this is ninth house energy for you. And then with that Pisces energy here, the fifth house, could have been saying that might have actually been taking away from your potential to enjoy something, because if you were just a bit more in the moment with the fifth house energy, you might have been able to enjoy what was on offer at the time. And with this Libra energy here, it can point to self-sabotage too. So that might have thrown things off the rails, but that's what I'm picking up on there. Hopefully that resonated with you guys. All right, in the present position, we have the 10 of Wands. So Sagittarius energy here, which for you guys is your second house of finances, possessions. So definitely looks like you guys have been putting the work in for sure. So whatever this success is that it looks like you guys will be getting with that Sun card with the Page of Pentacles, looks like you guys definitely have paid your dues. You might have even known that this was coming too. So this is you kind of making that last bit of a push to wrap something up. And that would make sense too, because like I said, at the time I'm recording this, we're still in Leo season. So of course, as you have transits through your 10th house, that could be a good time to wrap up things in that area as well. Okay, and in the near future position, we have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. So this is Capricorn energy here, and that's your house communication. So I can see this playing out a couple of different ways. For some of you, there could be possibly a desire to move toward a new connection in love. For example, maybe now that you do have things flowing in what seems to be your career lives or just finances in general, maybe you're feeling a bit more open to that energy now. But there could just be a reluctance on your part to communicate it, right? Or maybe you feel like you're not quite there just yet, so you could just be putting it off a little bit. And for others of you, you could just be saying if that offer comes your way, there might be a little bit of reluctance on your side to accept it. So I could see that going both ways there. All right. In the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Seven of Wands, Leo energy, and the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. So even though the Sun card there isn't technically a Leo card, since they're ruled by the Sun, we often tend to think of Leo energy when we see that. And then here seeing the clear Leo energy, and whereas we had the Page of Pentacles beneath that in the main situation, now in your influence, we're seeing the Knight of Pentacles. So obviously the Knight of Pentacles is a step up from the Page, and here we do see that Pentacle is physically in his possession too. So this could just be saying that, again, pointing to a similar theme to what we were seeing with that Five of Swords in the challenge, which is to say you might have to defend yourselves in your career sector or just your public image in general. But it looks like primarily because you are having some successes, and like I said, maybe not everyone's too happy about that. This could just represent other people who are competing for that. So let's say, if you're in a competitive field, this could be you guys rising above that, but of course people are still trying to get to that spot. If this was some kind of a promotion within a workplace you guys are in, maybe the offer went to you and, people might not be too happy about that. But yeah, either way, this represents usually successfully defending yourselves. And with the Knight of Pentacles, again, I feel like this is saying that the success you're looking for is assured. It just might move a little bit slow. And of course, this being a Virgo card makes sense. They would say that during Virgo season, you guys would actually see more tangible evidence of that coming your way. All right. In the environment position, we have quite a bit. We have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, Taurus energy here, and we did see that come up in your dice too. We have the King of Swords, which is Aquarius energy, the World, which I usually view as Saturn and North Node energy, and the Magician, which actually I usually view as South Node energy. So interesting mixture here. Looks like there's the desire to start fresh in something, right? Now for some of you, this could be maybe weighing the pros and cons, and that could even be pointing back to what the Two of Pentacles was, right? Going with something completely new or continuing to put effort into something you've been investing in, because that's usually what comes to mind when I see the Seven of Pentacles energy. Could be a relationship, of course, given that it is a Taurus energy. And it looks looks like if that's the case, it looks like you guys will be coming to a decision around that if this is your energy. And I feel like it's really saying that it's up to you. It's like, I feel like the world card here is saying you've learned everything you need to learn. And from there, it's up to you. You have all the tools at your disposal. So if you want to completely scrap what you've been working on and start something new, that's in play for you guys. Or if you want to repair something that's already existing, looks like it's saying you have the power to do that as well. And if this is reflecting the energy of someone else, basically the exact same explanation there, just it would be that it's them that are experiencing those thoughts. So that's what I see there. See if anything else comes to mind with this. And again, that Aquarius energy pops out to me too. So that second full moon, even though this is a September reading, that second full moon that's coming up right toward the end of Leo season, that might bring some significance around that situation for you. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the King of Wands. So this is Leo energy here. So yeah, I feel like this is pointing to you guys having some kind of aspiration. So even if you're not in the more traditional career, I feel like this is saying, like I said, even if you're on more of an entrepreneurial path, you guys might have really been working toward elevating your status within that field. Like I said, the supporting energy looks like you are getting there. You know, obviously we do see a knight in your position as opposed to a king, but we saw the page there, so it looks like there's definitely some steady growth coming your way. And the Knight of Pentacles is another indicator of, yes, slow but steady and stable progress. So could just be saying that this is where you guys have your goals set right now. All right. And in the outcome position, we have the Three of Cups. So definitely celebratory energy here. This is Cancer energy, which for you guys is 9th house. So it can represent, you know, having some kind of a completion, whether it be around maybe a philosophy. Like I said, maybe you guys were thinking about things a little bit too much because we see the Cancer energy in the past as well. But I feel like this could almost represent more of a level of mastery. Like, okay, I get it now, right? Whatever it was you were going through, whatever lessons you might have needed to learn, it looks like you guys are getting that forward positive progress for sure. So pretty good energy here. Could just be as simple and as mundane as saying that, you know, maybe now that whatever goals you have been working towards, you've completed them, now you might be able to reconnect with friends, maybe family, relatives you haven't seen in a long time, right? Now that you're kind of completing a cycle. But either way, definitely a positive energy to see in the outcome. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords. So Libra energy here. So again, going back to the past position, just like we were talking about the 3 and the 4 there. Here we see the 3 of Swords in the past and now the 4 of Swords at the bottom. So I feel like, again, this is another indicator that you've done some healing, which I was kind of picking up on with the World card and the Magician. I feel like, you know, whatever lessons, I think, like I said, the title for your reading last month was Karma into Chaos. So whatever situation was going on for you guys in August, looks like that's clearing up. Might just be a little bit of a residual, right? We do see that 5 of Swords, but it's kind of a throwaway energy, I feel, and just looking at the grand scheme of the spread as a whole. And then with this 4 of Swords, it looks like you've done the proper healing, and that's what's actually moving you guys forward. So pretty good energy overall. All right, moving on to your Oracle card, we have To Be Fair. There's the artwork and the numbers 38. Of course, this makes me think of those Libra scales, and there's going to be tons of energy in Libra, so could just be pointing to that. I mean, even the sun toward the end of September will move into Libra, so lots of things going on in Libra, including the Mercury retrograde in Libra. So keep that in mind too, but we'll see what it says. Okay, it says balance, justice, a need to consider options, mutual benefit, the law of cause and effect. The Oracle's message: life offers experiences that are challenging and experiences that are nourishing, yet over time they strike a balance. You move from being, from stasis, to doing, from discovering, to loving, to letting go, to being again. Life is a pendulum swinging between all of these states. You will always oscillate back and forth between doing and being. If you are not content with where you are at this moment, remember that all experiences have their place. Accept them without judgment, and you will see how the universe adjusts in perfect balance. You reap what you sow. For every cause, there is an effect. Wondrous things will be revealed now. So yeah, obviously a pretty positive message. And like I said, I feel like for the most part, your reading from last month was a bit more chaotic. This definitely looks like the energy is clearing up, so I feel like you guys are already moving more toward the positive end of that spectrum, but hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says, can you find a way to achieve fairness right now? This is a time for listening as well as speaking, for understanding as well as asking to be understood. There is much to be learned, and you will learn it if you remain open and objective, weighing options and considering all sides. Your heart wants to connect to others, so allow for a balanced exchange of ideas and actions. The best kind of relationship is one in which there is mutual benefit and each party feels heard, valued, and respected. Be fair to all. So pretty positive message there too. I didn't get like a huge romance vibe. Like I said, maybe it looks like you guys could be considering that in the future, but hopefully that resonated with you guys either way. The prosperity message says, now is a time for even exchanges. Justice will prevail, and you will be treated accordingly. In all your affairs, you will be able to negotiate fair settlements. Mutual gain is the gift to you and your partners and colleagues. This is also a good time to square your finances and take stock of how you're compensated for your work. This card signifies balance, justice, and negotiations, so remember that all things must be fairly recompensed. Keep this as your truth, and so it will be. So again, pretty positive message there too, and that takes me back to the fact that I think for almost, it felt like a few months in a row, you guys kept getting the justice card in your position. So this could just be saying that, the justice you were seeking might finally be coming through and playing out more tangibly this month too. So hopefully that resonated with you. All right, and lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. So that's the mudra there. It's the Dharmachakra mudra. The key word for it is auspiciousness. And all right, there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot. But it says, opens the chest, facilitates deep breathing, benefits the heart and lungs, balances inner and outer aspects of life, spiritual and worldly, serves as a window through which we can directly touch the inherent unity behind the veil of duality. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, I will put it in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.